Hello, this is Mary from Bloom with Mary, and in this video I will be talking to you about the symptoms you may see of some of your hormones not being quite at the level that our body would like them to be during our perimenopausal and menopausal and postmenopausal years. So I'm going to look at 3 different hormones specifically. Estrogen, progesterone and testosterone, and typically we have we being midlife, perimenopause and postmenopausal women have lower estrogen and progesterone than earlier on in our childbearing years. So I'd like to start talking about low estrogen. So if you have low estrogen, typical symptoms are your classic hot flushes, night sweats, sleeping problems, vaginal dryness, weight gain, especially around the middle, bone loss, as well as potentially cardiovascular problems and inflammation of the joints. So those are some of the typical low estrogen symptoms. And if that's what you're seeing, then the number one lifestyle change you can make is stress management. I talk about stress management a lot, and I've got a number of other videos, so you'll find that elsewhere as well. But if our body is busy producing stress hormones, it does not have the capacity especially post ovary ovulation functioning, to also produce our sex hormones. So stress management, and also you've got other lifestyle changes like making sure you have good healthy fats. Low fat is not a healthy diet. Low processed food is, but you need healthy fats because that's what our hormones are made from. You might consider consuming more phytoestrogens. These are plant extracts that mimic estrogen function, and you could look at natural remedies, supplements, things like black cohosh or clary sage oil, or doTERRA have a fantastic blend called Clary Calm. So that's low estrogen. Move on to look at low progesterone, which is also very common. And as I said, your bodies don't produce so much as we get later on in life, but if you get severe drops, you can get some very classic symptoms. So low progesterone tends to be associated with anxiety, irritability, mood swings, PMS type symptoms, and hair loss also. Progesterone is like a mother hormone, a calming hormone. So again, I go back to number 1, to increase your progesterone levels is about managing stress. Again, if your body's producing stress hormones, it's not able to produce your progesterone. You could look at natural supplements such as thyme and lavender. Those are essential oils. Also, make sure you've really got a good, healthy gut microbiome. So that involves looking at your diet, make sure you're consuming prebiotics, also looking at maybe how frequently you eat and other things you might be putting down there like sugar and so forth. But also stress has an impact on your gut microbiome. Some women find progesterone cream useful. That would usually be prescribed by the doctor. Now, moving on to testosterone, I know many women think testosterone is a male hormone, but we do have testosterone in there, and it does tend to drop in our midlife. Testosterone is the kind of frisky, energetic, loving hormone, builds strong muscles and bones. So if we are low in it, that's often a cause of low libido, low mood, muscle weakness and fatigue. So to increase your testosterone, often sleep is really important. Are you struggling with your sleep? Again, reducing stress, that comes time and time again. Maybe some practical things like resistance training. So not necessarily really high aerobic constant training, because it can be quite stressful, but resistance training, maintaining a healthy body weight. And then you have supplements such as ylang ylang essential oil, which can help with libido. And also, this applies to all your hormones, but really managing your toxic load, including limiting exposure to BPA. which is something you often find in plastics. Now, I said I'd talk about 3 hormones, and I have talked about estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, but I'd also like to mention high levels of estrogen or estrogen dominance, which we don't tend to think might happen in our midlife as overall our levels are going down. But what often happens is progesterone drops first, so estrogen and progesterone are then out of balance because there should be a synchronicity between them. Also, I mentioned about toxic load. There are many toxins that can actually increase your sensitivity to estrogen, and you have toxins can mimic estrogen and cause estrogen disruption or hormone disruptors. So typical symptoms of high estrogen might be breast tenderness, painful periods, PMS, also mood swings, irritability, anxiety, depression, and headaches. So that's a slightly different set of symptoms that can be associated with high levels of estrogen, either absolute high levels or high relative to your progesterone. So again, with your toxic load, avoid estrogen mimicking chemicals, which you can find in BPAs. You're not looking for them, you're going to eliminate them, but BPAs are often in plastics, hormones in meat and dairy, and household cleaners and products. It's just things we put in our face. So avoiding these toxins, maybe minimising alcohol, because sadly that is a toxin to our body. Again, keeping healthy weight, and you can use detoxifying essential oils such as rosemary, eat detoxifying foods such as cruciferous vegetables, which is like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower and so forth, and avoiding sugar and sweetness. So that's a short summary of some of the typical symptoms you get with your varying hormone levels that are likely to happen through your midlife, perimenopausal, menopausal and postmenopausal years, and some ideas of what you can do about them in terms of some natural lifestyle changes. If you'd like to know more about them, do connect with me. Website is www.bloomwithmary.co.uk. I run a safe, supportive Facebook group for midlife women, which is called Blooming Menopause. And if you find the thought of making these changes hard, or you've tried and you're struggling, or you just don't know where to start because you think they all apply to me and I just can't do it all, then get in contact. I offer a free midlife action session, and I provide coaching programs to help you, support you through your journey, because often we do need a little bit of a helping hand to get us through these times. I hope that was helpful. Do let me have any comments. Thank you. Bye bye.